This country is one of the world's best kept secrets. In this video, I want to move your attention from the UK, Canada, America, and throw more light on this country because it deserves it. Portugal is underrated. There are so many reasons you need to look at this country. And in this video, I'm going to be unraveling everything you need to know about Portugal. I'm going to unravel the benefits of living in Portugal. There are so many of them. And I'm also going to show you the different pathways to this country. It's one of the easiest countries to move to right now. So please watch this video to the end so you do not miss anything. If you're seeing my face for the first time, my name is Jackie and you're welcome to Jackie Travels. On this channel, I share content on studying, working, and living abroad. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. So Portugal, I have so much to tell you about this country. So much that I had to note it down so I don't forget anything. So I'm going to be taking you through these notes I wrote about Portugal. So Portugal is a country in Europe. It is part of the European Union and also in the Schengen zone. It has a population of a little over 10 million. The climate is considered to be one of the best in Europe, with hot summers and wet winters. If you are seeking to escape from the rat race, Portugal is a place to go. You know, if you feel like you're just living to pay bills, life is all about work and paying bills, you need to go to Portugal so you can enjoy a work-life balance. Portugal's beaches and coasts are one of the most stunning in Europe. They have tasty and fresh local produce at affordable prices. Food is very cheap and so fresh in Portugal. And this is one of the most family-friendly countries you'll find in the world. They love children. They absolutely love children and family life. And they are big on football. Portugal is home to the best footballer the world has ever seen. Or maybe second if you beg to differ, but whatever you think, you are right. And this country encourages foreign investment and property ownership. So much to say about Portugal. So let me go straight to the benefits of living in Portugal. I have about 12 reasons you should move to Portugal immediately. Number one, Portugal is welcoming to foreigners. No matter which country you're coming from, which race you are, you will feel very welcome in Portugal. They are very friendly to foreigners. So you will not feel like a visitor or feel out of place and all of that. Portugal will embrace you with open arms. Number two is the language. The official language in Portugal is Portuguese, but you'll be surprised to find that many people speak English. So as a foreigner, you can get by in the country with just English. The locals are always ready to offer you help. If they see you struggling with communication, someone will step right in and help you. They do not discriminate because you do not speak their language. They love foreigners and they love communicating in English as well. But of course, it's advisable to learn the language. Even before you go, at least know the popular phrases and some words that you will need to just communicate on a very basic level. Number three is diversity. It is home to people from many countries. It is a melting pot of cultures. When you land in Portugal, you'll be surprised to see so many people from different races and cultures in Portugal. Because of their welcoming and friendly nature, the country has become one of the hot spots for expats. You see so many people migrating from the UK down to Portugal, from America down to Portugal, from China, from all around the world. So when you get there, you will see this diverse culture and it's just beautiful. Number four is the visa process. Portugal has one of the easiest visa processes in the world. And even though their official language is in Portuguese, the visa process is all in English. It is very easy and straightforward to get a visa to the country. Number five is tax incentives. This is a very good one. As a foreigner migrating to Portugal, you apply for non-habitual tax resident, which gives you the option of either paying reduced tax or you pay no tax at all for 10 years. Now, this is amazing. If you have income that is coming from things like stocks, cryptocurrency, and all of that, all these earnings may not be taxed for 10 good years. this is a very good one. Any income that is coming from outside Portugal will not be taxed for 10 good years. Number 6 is healthcare. Portugal has a very good healthcare system, and public healthcare is free to all its residents. Private healthcare is also available at an amazingly cheap rate. Healthcare is something that is so amazing in the country, one of the best you will find in the world in terms of quality and cost. Number 7 is the cost of living. In the whole of Europe, Portugal has one of the lowest cost of living, if not the lowest. The cost of living in Portugal is really low. And now this is relative depending on where you're coming from. But on the average, you find that the cost of living in Portugal is one of the lowest compared to other European countries. And number 8 is education. Education is also standard and it is free for all children until the age of 18. University is also kind of free for its residents, but where it is not free, it is very cheap. You would find yourself paying like 600 euros a year. It is very affordable and top quality too. Number 9 is safety, and this is very important to me. As a woman, it's hard to find a place where you feel safe, but in Portugal you will feel very safe. Even as a woman, you can be out by yourself even at night and you just feel this sense of safety. Portugal ranks number 4 on the Global Peace Index. So if you're not living in Iceland, New Zealand or Denmark, then Portugal is safer than where you are. UK ranks number 33 on the Global Peace Index. Kenya ranks number 115. The United States of America ranks number 121. India ranks number 134 and Nigeria ranks number 145. So you can see how safe Portugal is. And then number 10, this is a good one. There is so much to do in Portugal. In terms of relaxation and entertainment, there is so much. Portugal has so many beautiful beaches. They have a lot of festivals, theater, pubs, clubs, and all of that. They have a very good relaxed lifestyle. And number 11, this will interest those that plan to start a family. Portugal offers citizenship by birth. So if you've lived in the country for a year and you have a child, that child automatically becomes a citizen of Portugal and also an EU citizen since Portugal is a member of the EU. After offering your child citizenship by birth, they also go the extra mile to offer financial support every month for the care of the child. Now this is amazing. And the last but not the least is an easy path to citizenship. Now it is very straightforward, it is very easy. After only 5 years of living in Portugal legally, you can apply for permanent residence and citizenship as well. So in 5 years, you can be a citizen of Portugal, and you know that Portugal is part of the EU. So you can move to any other EU country and settle if you want to. There are so much more benefits of living in Portugal. Maybe I'm going to be talking about more of this in subsequent videos. Now I'm going to talk about the top cities to consider if you plan to make the move to Portugal. The first I'm going to be talking about is the capital city, which is Lisbon. This is a capital city with a cosmopolitan city lifestyle. Lisbon was rated the 3rd city for experts in Europe in 2020. Foreigners love making Lisbon their home. You'd find experts from so many countries from all around the world in Lisbon. It is a melting pot of cultures, and there are so many good neighborhoods to choose from. The number 2 city is Porto. Porto is the favorite for experts and digital nomads. Most experts and digital nomads love to live in Porto. Porto is a great alternative to living in Lisbon. It has the same amenities but cheaper cost of living. And the third one I want to mention is Cascais. Now this is a rich neighborhood outside of Lisbon. And number 4 is the fairytale city of Sintra, located about 30 minutes away. Sintra is stunningly beautiful. And number 5 is Coimbra. Coimbra is home to one of the oldest universities in Europe. It is 2 hours by train from Lisbon and from Porto. It is quite centralized. And a huge population in Coimbra are English speakers. Number 6 is Setúbal. Setúbal is popular with experts because of its proximity to Lisbon and a lower cost of living. And number 7 is Braga. I absolutely love Braga. It is home to the University of Braga. The farther north you go in Portugal, you have a lower cost of living. So Braga has a lower cost of living than Lisbon and Porto. You would find rents to be 30 to 40% lower than Lisbon. You could find a fully furnished 2-bedroom house for 500 euros in Braga. And number 8 is Nazaré, which is on the Silver Coast. It is centrally located between Lisbon and Porto, and they have a lot of beaches in Nazaré. And number 9 is the Algarve. The Algarve is very beautiful. It is on the southern coastline of Portugal. It is home to more than 100,000 expats. It is very popular with expats because it is beautiful. It has stunning beaches. It is easy to get around without speaking Portuguese, as most people in the Algarve are expats, so English is widely spoken. The top towns in the Algarve are Lagos, Faro, Albufeira, and Portimao. And number 10, and this is the last one I'm going to be talking about, is the Madeira Island. Now, this place is just a dream. It is so beautiful. It is named as the best island destination in all of Europe for 7 years running. The Madeira Island is super, super beautiful. Now that I've succeeded in selling Portugal to you with the benefits and all of that, let me talk about the visas, the pathways to migrating to Portugal. As I mentioned earlier, Portugal has one of the easiest visa processes in the world. There are 3 most popular pathways to Portugal, and the government of Portugal recently launched one more. I'm going to add that to the list as well. So I'm going to be talking about 4 pathways into the country. The first one is the D2 visa. Now let's see what the D2 visa is about. A D2 visa may be issued to foreign nationals from countries outside the EU wishing to pursue an independent professional activity and have a contract or written proposal for a service contract in the labor professions, are qualified to exercise the independent activity whenever applicable. This may also be granted to enterprising immigrants wishing to invest in Portugal, provided that they have carried out investment operations, prove that they have available financial means in Portugal, including those arising from financing obtained from banks in Portugal, and demonstrate by any means their intention to undertake an investment operation in Portuguese territory. Develop an entrepreneurial project, including the creation of an innovative grassroots company integrated in a certified incubator. So that's about the D2 visa. Next is the D3 visa. Let's see what the D3 visa is about. Who is the D3 visa for? The D3 visa is the residence visa for highly qualified activity. For whom? It is considered highly qualified, the activity whose exercise requires specialized technical skills of an exceptional character or an adequate qualification for the respective exercise. However, when the highly qualified activity is not carried out in favor of a company certified under the Tech Visa program, the interested party should resort to the general regime for granting a residence permit for highly qualified workers. Let's look at the requirements for the D3 visa. The D3 visa for the exercise of a highly qualified activity is granted to a third country national who, number 1, holds an employment contract or promise of an employment contract with at least 1 year duration, which corresponds to an annual remuneration of at least 1.5 times the national average gross annual salary or 3 times the indexing value of social support. 2. In the case of a regulated profession, hold high professional qualification duly proven. 3. In the case of a non-regulated profession, hold high professional qualifications appropriate to the activity or sector. The next visa I want to talk about is the D7 visa, and this is the most popular visa right now. Many people are migrating to Portugal using the D7 visa. So let's look at it. The D7 visa is a residence visa for retirees or income holders who want to live in Portugal. The D7 visa is basically for freelancers, for those that do remote work, it's for retirees and those that earn passive income. So if you fall under this category, you can migrate to Portugal on the D7 visa. Let's look at the requirements. One of the necessary requirements is to prove that the applicant has the minimum income provided for by law that allows him to be resident in Portugal for a period of not less than 12 months, which are: first adult applicant, 100% of the current minimum salary, which is 705 euros, 8,460 euros per year. And if you're going with your family, the second adult, which is your partner, needs 50% of the current minimum salary, which is 353 euros. And when you're migrating with children, for each child under the age of 18, you will need 30% of the current minimum salary, which is 212 euros or 2,544 euros a year. So the procedure for this D7 visa consists of 2 stages. The first with the consulate or embassy of Portugal of the country where the applicant resides, and the second with the Foreigners and Border Services, that is SEF, in Portugal. D7 visa allows the holder to obtain a residence permit in Portugal for a period of 2 years that can then be renewed for a period of 3 years, and after 5 years, the applicant may acquire the permanent residence permit or Portuguese nationality. The minimum length of stay in Portugal is 6 consecutive months or 8 months interspersed. Let's look at the advantages of having the D7 visa. Number 1 is family reunification. That is, you bring your family to Portugal to stay with you. Number 2 is you enjoy a qualified and accessible health system, access to law and courts, obtain non-habitual resident status. I talked about this earlier. Now let's look at it in detail. Holders of the RNH for a period of 10 consecutive years are entitled to exemption from income obtained abroad from pensions, dependents, independent work, capital, property income, and real estate capital, intellectual or industrial property. 2 is the taxation of income obtained in Portugal at reduced rates in the case of activities of high added value, example 20% for income from dependent or independent work and 28% for income from capital and property. The D7 visa is the most popular visa right now. People from Nigeria, from the UK, from America, from India are all migrating to Portugal on the D7 visa. I'm going to do separate videos where I'll be talking more about these visas and how you can migrate to the country. I'll talk about all the requirements, all the documents you need, how to apply, how to get accommodation in Portugal, every single thing you need, step-by-step process. So please look out for that. If you're yet to subscribe to my channel, now is the best time to subscribe and turn on the post notifications so you do not miss out on these videos when I'll be posting them. The next visa I want to talk about is the job seeker visa. This is a new visa that was announced by the Portuguese government, which will allow foreign workers entry into the country to look for a job. This visa was launched due to the shortage in labor in the country. So on this visa, you do not need a job offer. This visa will allow you entry into Portugal for a period of 6 months to look for a job. And after you find a job, this visa will be changed to a work permit. The visa has not been rolled out yet. As soon as it's rolled out and the requirements and documents have been stated, I will do a video on that. The job seeker visa is becoming popular among European countries. It exists in Germany, in Austria, and most recently in Sweden. I have a video on my channel about the Germany job seeker visa. You may want to check that out. I'll be linking it in the description box below. I also have a video about the job seeker visa for Sweden. You may also want to check that out. I'll be linking it in the description box below. I'll be doing a video on the job seeker visa for Austria pretty soon, so look out for that as well. The next visa I want to talk about is the Golden Visa. Let's take a look at it. The Portugal Golden Residence Permit Program, commonly known as the Portugal Golden Visa Program, is a 5-year residence by investment program for non-EU nationals. The residence permit gives the right to live, work, and study in Portugal and allows free circulation in Europe's Schengen area. Furthermore, the program only requires an average of 7 days per year stay in Portugal over this period, which can also count towards citizenship eligibility after 5 years. So what are the benefits of the Portugal Golden Residence Permit? Visa-free travel in Europe's Schengen area and the right to live, work, and study in Portugal. Eligibility to apply for citizenship after 5 years of legal residence, while keeping other citizenships. Low physical presence requirements, 7 days during the first year of residence and 14 days for the 2 subsequent years, which can count towards citizenship eligibility after 5 years. Excellent international and Portuguese schools and universities, high quality of life, local cuisine and wines, rich culture, mild climate, and a high level of security. International quality healthcare clinics and hospital. Now, what are the requirements for obtaining the Golden Visa? Applicants can choose any one option in any of the three categories: capital transfer, property acquisition, and business. I'm going to be talking more about the Golden Visa in a separate video where I'll be talking about the pathways to migrate to Portugal. I hope I've done a good job at throwing more light on this country that has been the world's best kept secret. Portugal is a country to consider as you're thinking about migrating abroad. If you have any questions regarding Portugal, let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching this video to this point. If you found it useful, please give it a thumbs up. That is a like, so it will be recommended to other people that need this information. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in my next video.